Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kara if you're new, and today I'm going to be talking about why it's okay not to have a dream job. Recently there's been a series of videos going around on YouTube titled I don't have a dream job or I don't dream of labor. I have to admit, when I first saw the title, I thought, wow, they just must be so privileged they don't have to work. But after watching several of these videos of these people saying, I don't have a dream job, I realized these people are working. They do have 9-to-5 jobs. And I realized what they're saying is not, I'm quitting my job because I don't feel like working, but rather I'm seeing my job for what it is, a way to make money and not the most important thing in my life. This topic really fascinates me and speaks to me because I never knew what I wanted to do with my life. I never had a dream job. And I think the reasons I've never personally had a dream job are, number one, I'm very indecisive. I'm usually that person saying, I don't know. And second, I also have a lot of things that I am either passionate about, interested in, that I know a lot about, or I'm good at. And I never felt like I could fully commit to one of those things as a career. If you're like me or all the other people who are saying they don't have dream jobs, that's okay, because the conclusion we need to come to is that there are far more important things in life. Let's take it from the very beginning of my personal story, which honestly I wouldn't even remember if I hadn't found a little worksheet in my basement that I filled out in elementary school. One of the questions was, of course, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I wrote that I wanted to be a ballerina, which honestly when I found that worksheet I was kind of surprised and a little bit heartbroken because that dream ended when I quit ballet after 10 years at the age of 14. But realistically, besides that, I can't remember ever having something that I really wanted to do. So I was just shuffled through the system, getting closer and closer and closer to the looming edge of the cliff that was college, where I knew I would have to make a decision. Of course, I learned to come up with an answer when asked the typical questions like, what's your favorite subject in school? Well, English, because I don't really care for the other subjects. What do you want to major in? English, because it's my favorite subject and it's the only thing I feel like I won't fail miserably at. What do you want to do with that major? I'd like to become an editor because I like editing my friends' papers and I'm not too shabby at it. But the reality is I had no idea what this job entailed. And that's another problem with this whole system, is that going to college and choosing a career for what is supposed to be the next 40 years of life is a lot to ask of an 18-year-old. That's a lot of pressure. And the fact is, I hardly even knew what jobs were out there, let alone what those few jobs I actually knew about were actually like. So it felt like I just sort of haphazardly fell down a career path by a process of elimination rather than choosing what I wanted to do. When I finally got a sort of internship my last semester of college, it was working for an online magazine as a writer, which by that time I'd realized being a writer was the first step to becoming an editor. I worked with an editor who was also a student intern. My problem was that this job involved journalism, and I quickly found out I did not like journalism, which was why I was an English major and not a journalism major. But that was okay for me because when I had said I wanted to be an editor, I was talking about books. You know, hopefully someone would just let me read their book and correct the grammar. But finding a job or an internship was extremely difficult and I had no clue where to start. Not to mention I felt totally unprepared. I felt like the skills I had learned in college would not transfer well to any sort of career. This led me to look outside the US for job opportunities because I had heard about teaching English abroad as a foreign language. So I thought, how hard can it be? I took a TEFL course, and before I had even finished the course, I had both begun the job search and landed a job. When I was job searching, I was looking through hundreds of jobs with relatively low qualifications, and I was shocked to receive several invitations to have an interview within a matter of weeks, which was nothing like my experience searching for jobs in the US. Now, there is a sad part of this story that I'm leaving out if you are one to believe in dream jobs. Whenever people would ask me what I wanted to do with my English major, they would first of all guess, oh, you want to teach? Which, let me tell you, was dead wrong. I did not want to be a teacher at all. I felt completely sick of school and I wanted to get out and never come back, not even as a teacher. So why on earth did I look into teaching abroad? It wasn't my dream job, but I'd also realized being an editor wasn't exactly what I had imagined either. What really pushed me to teaching abroad was not so much the teaching part, but the abroad part, which is honestly true for a lot of English teachers abroad. And the thing is, you can define your dream job however you want, but I think most people would agree that your dream job is a job that allows you to do what you love. What a dream job doesn't have to be is the thing that you love. If you're in a job that you think is your dream, that many people are striving after, that many people would kill to be able to have, but that job takes all your energy and it doesn't leave you with any time to spend with your family, your friends, to spend doing the things you love, the things you're passionate about, the things that are important to you, then is that really your dream job? And if it is really your dream job, is this your dream life? Is this the life that you really want to spend the next 40 years living? There are so many things in life to be passionate about. No, it's not wrong to be passionate about your job. If you are, I'm very happy for you, maybe even a little bit jealous. But if you aren't passionate about your job, you're definitely not alone. And this just goes to show that sometimes you need to put other dreams in life above your job. I had wanted to travel during college, but I never had time to study abroad. So I decided to travel by teaching abroad. The thought of moving to a different country thrilled and excited me. And the teaching job, well, it wasn't my dream. It was the lifestyle change that attracted me. It was the experience of new cultures, new foods, new languages, a new country. And it was the fact that I could go virtually anywhere just for being who I am, just for being able to speak English, essentially. Do I know I have more value than the language I speak and the accent I speak it with? Of course, yes. But as someone who felt very insecure and out of place, graduating college and trying to head into the workforce, it felt good to feel capable, just for once. But the best part about this job is that by nature, it really embraces what it means to work to live and not live to work. Most jobs teaching abroad are not going to make you a Most jobs teaching abroad are not going to make you a US level salary, but that's not the reason people choose to do this. People choose this career for the experiences they know it will lead them to. The experience of a new culture, of a new language, of a new country, and a new way of life. I wouldn't be living here in the Dominican Republic if it weren't for my current job, and I probably never would have lived in Honduras if it hadn't been for my teaching job there. And I think this saying, work to live, don't live to work, is a great reminder to a lot of us in the US who are raised to be hyper-focused on our jobs and our career and productivity, when in reality, a job is just a means to an end. We need money to live and survive in this world, whether you like it or not, that's the truth. And if we remember that our job is just a way for us to be able to get money, then that allows us to realize that we don't need to look to our job for fulfillment in this life. Another thing I want to talk about is how this idea of chasing your dream job is either present or absent in the different countries I've lived in. I've only lived in 2 other countries, in Honduras and here in the Dominican Republic. For the average person in these countries, they're not really able to think about what their dream job is because they just need something that is going to pay the bills, is going to provide for their families. But another major thing that we can take away from these cultures is that a job isn't the most important part of a person's identity like it is in the US. The hustle culture isn't worn loud and proud like it is there, even though plenty of people are working 2 or more jobs to be able to provide for their families. It's just, I don't see anyone bragging about that. Another couple of takeaways from these cultures are that family is a lot more important and life is just at a slower pace. And no, people aren't making as much money as they would be in the US just due to the way economics work. But at the end of your life, are you going to look back and wish you had made more money? Jobs are temporary and careers change, but family and friends and the people who love us, those are the things in life that are going to be there and are going to stick with us. You can find tons of people's answers if you look it up about their biggest regrets in life. And maybe some people in the prime of their lives are going to say, I wish I had worked harder when I was younger or made a little bit more money for where I am now. But if you pay attention to people who are closer to the end of their lives, who have already retired, their regrets aren't going to be about making more money. We can't look to our jobs to make us happy, and I wish life in the US was less about the hustle culture and less about basing our identity around our job. If we start to see that the other dreams we have in life are quite possibly more important than our jobs, and that there are other things in life so much more worthy of our time and attention, then I think we could not only release ourselves and younger generations from the pressure to find that perfect dream job, but we can also really start to live out what it means to work to live and not live to work. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have a dream job or you do not have a dream job like me, I'd love to hear what you are currently doing to make a living and how you feel like that is either part of your identity or not. Once again, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!